Judge, I just get confused by these cases because there's other cases that come before this court every day where there's allegations of more severe violence levels than a punch, and they get a bond all the time or bond.
Everything's different, and I look at case by case, and I don't trust
Somebody without a record, Judge.
Miss Corey,
Not a stranger.
I often get comments about how the system feels random, unfair, and completely unpredictable. Depending on the judge, you'll see people with violent charges walk out on bond, and then someone with a lesser case gets stuck inside with no bond. That's exactly the energy in this hearing. The charges are serious, but the defense can't understand how people accused of far worse get a chance to go home. Yet this defendant is the one who gets held with no bond at all. Watch and share what you think.
Mr. Argueta, you were arrested for child neglect and burglary with an assault or battery with prejudice. This is a case from November 6th. I will appoint the public defender's office for you. Please give me a moment to review the arrest affidavit for probable cause. Okay, I had a chance to review the arrest affidavit. Anything you care to say, Ms. Flora, before I rule?
Yes, Judge. Mr. Argueta works as an electrician who takes care of his child. He's already gone since the date on the arrest form. He's already been into the court system to go through legal proceedings in the family court regarding the child custody matter.
Okay.
Judge, I would ask Your Honor would consider a bond for him.
I don't know if it's child abuse or child neglect. Yeah, she's charged properly with child neglect. Pardon me. I'm giving him a bond. It's going to be no bond. I'm granting the state's motion for pretrial detention pending final hearing. Your order to stay away from Haiti, the alleged victim, that's the mother of the child. No contact. She should have been ordered to stay away from her father because he punched him when he's in the car. He punched him and gave him a bump on his head. State, where's my other non-domestic stay away order?
There's only one victim on the back of the A form.
No contact with Haiti, either directly, indirectly, in person, in writing, by telephone, or through third parties. No contact with the victim through social media or other electronic means. You must stay at least 500 feet away from the victim, her home and school and place of employment at all times. Do not engage in any criminal activity. Do not use or possess illegal drugs, and do not use, purchase, possess, or carry a firearm, gun, weapon, or ammunition. You must immediately surrender any firearms and ammunition, any concealed weapons permits to the nearest police department, and file a receipt with the court. Do you understand the stay away order, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
So I think it's really good that you went over to family court and filed a petition to determine paternity. So just so you know, we're all human. Everybody makes mistakes, okay? And you made a big mistake by what's alleged here, but I'm required by law to hold you with no bond.
Judge, you do have the discretion to
This is one where I
set a bond, Judge.
I'm not setting a bond.
Bad, it just happens in a car.
It happened in a car. It was very violent. And it's pulling a child through a car. I'm not trying to take the child from the mother and hitting the mother and the father. I'm not giving him, I'm holding him with no bond and granting the state's motion. The judge on Monday revisit it. There's going to be a hearing Monday, and that judge can give him house arrest or set a final hearing.
Judge, he has no criminal history, Judge. I would ask Your Honor if you would set a bond or even an ankle monitor so you know he's apart from her.
I can't do that. I'm sorry. I recognize he's young. He made a mistake, but I can't have to hold him no bond unless the state's going to agree, and I doubt they will because she never agrees when she files a motion.
No, unless I hear from the victim. No.
The victim's not here to give her input either, so I'll set it Monday, and hopefully maybe the state will have a chance to reach out to the victim. It's no count one, the child neglect. I'll set it at $1,000. Count two, the burglary and assault or battery. There's no prejudice. It's no bond. Good luck to you, sir.
Judge, with regard to the stay away order, since they're going to be in family court proceedings, which have already been filed, I would ask at least
You can attend all. I'm
during
not sure.
that time, Judge.
Let me just see.
It's
Those are usually done on Zoom. I'll put attendance at a family
No,
court
I think-
hearing regarding custody will not be a violation of this court's order.
Judge, I just get confused by these cases because there's other cases that come before this court every day where there's allegations of more severe violence levels than a punch, and they get a bond all the time or bond. plus-
Everything's different and I look at case by case and I don't.
And somebody without a record, judge,
Miss Corey,
not a stranger. I'm just asking for a bond.
I understand. I
So
don't
he
feel
could-
comfortable doing that, not based on what I read here was really violent. They're yanking a child through a window, hitting the mother and hitting her father who's driving. It's very violent. I think she should be held with no bond.
There's just other cases that have higher levels of violence and they're getting bonds here.
I don't know. I look at each case by case and the division judge. you can-
We just had an attempted murder here a few days ago, Judge. He got a bond plus house arrest. And
Which one is that?
that was Mr. Brown,
Who's Mr. Brown?
the football player. That was here.
There was probable cause for an aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. That's not an.
That was a fight, Judge, which is a lot more dangerous than a fight, Judge, with unknown.
That's a third degree felony. This is a first degree life felony. It's a different charge. When you enter a vehicle, which is not yours and you don't have permission and you commit a crime therein, that is a first degree felony, burglary with assault or battery.
I just,
And he batters the people inside.
technically, the court would find probable cause for burglary, assault, and battery, but essentially the violence level is a punch.
The victim had a bump on his head and he's yanking a child. So I don't, the laws, I'm not always happy with the way the law is written. I just try and follow it. There's probable cause for first degree felony. It needs to go before the division judge on Monday. That judge will set a final hearing on the state's motion. For pretrial detention, that judge can also decide on Monday to give him a bond, but I'm not doing that. If you're not happy with the court's ruling, please file an appeal. Maybe they'll change the law, but I can't. That's not my job to change the law.